Hey everybody, Eric Chesson, founder of Autism Fitness here. And as promised, I'm going to take you through this three-part series of my coaching eye. I'm going to pull up this video here of my athlete Zeke. And this is fresh from today. So what you're going to see here is Zeke doing some hurdle steps. And I'm going to talk about what I'm looking at from the perspective of physical, adaptive, and cognitive functioning. So the entirety of the PAC profile. Zeke and I have been working together for about a year now. And you'll notice that there is some off-task behavior, some latency. And the question is, how do we apply and utilize the concepts and strategies in the real world with our real athletes? So I'm going to start from here. I may pause a couple times and take you through exactly what I'm thinking from the very start to the very end of this hurdle step sequence. Now, right here, Zeke has some latency in getting situated and starting at the beginning of the hurdle step. So right now our focus is on getting him ready to go over that first hurdle. So you'll notice he needs a couple seconds, and now he's going to pick up some extraneous dirt from the floor. This is one of his perseverative behaviors. And now he's going to throw it off to the side. And this is a little bit of rigidity and perseveration on his part. So guiding him back to the first hurdle step. So now we're restarting and he's ready to go. So you notice when he restarts, the most important thing I can provide for him right now is that support and guiding him to where he needs to be, reminding him of what he's doing as well. So now he's engaging in that first hurdle step. So my goal here is to make sure that he is staying on task, number one. Now, physically, you'll notice that there are only 4 hurdles. He physically can likely do 5. However, because of some of the off-task behavior right now, we keep it to 4. And this 4th hurdle here is actually a progression for him before he would do 3 and then kind of pause before the 4th. So you see the first hurdle step he's got, the second hurdle step he's got, the 3rd hurdle step he's got, and you might see a little latency here, although this time he nails it and gets that 4th hurdle step. So we're going to go around these hurdles 3 times. And that's for a couple different reasons. And I'll go through that: physical, adaptive, and cognitive. All right. Physically, from a physical perspective, he needs that current level of challenge. So those four hurdles at 6 inches range of motion or 6 inches height in order to facilitate what his current hip flexibility and mobility skills are. Adaptively, as I mentioned before, he might pause after that 3rd hurdle step. So the goal right now is to keep him on track for that 4th hurdle step and stepping over it as fluidly as he does the first 3. And cognitively, for him to understand one step, then another step, then another step. So I like doing this with him in 3s. So back to the video here. And you see, once he gets going, it's a pretty smooth transition to the next set. So again, rather than do one single set of hurdles and then go to another exercise and a superset, I like doing these 3 in a row with him. So there you see a little bit of pause, right? And that next step. And now he's at the 3rd hurdle, a little bit of pause here. So the focus is on having those 4 hurdles stepped over fluidly. And again, this is going to take some time. And the main goal here is to make sure that he stays on task and focused so that we can develop this skill. So now here's his 3rd set. There's 1. That looks pretty good. A little latency again here. All right, some perseveration. So I'm always switching between what needs to happen physically is that hurdle step, what needs to happen adaptively, that on task and focused behavior. right? Lack of perseveration there. There's hurdle step number 3. And let's see if he nails hurdle step number 4. And that was pretty good, getting both feet over, right? And there's the high five, of course. So when you're doing hurdle steps or any warm-up exercise with your athletes, the warm-up exercises are oftentimes, in addition to being for mobility and flexibility and getting the body ready for more challenging movement, think of the warm-up exercises as onboarding activities to get the athlete focused, to transition from whatever they were doing before into the exercise or adapted PE situation, and to give yourself some time also to assess their current ability, whether you're working with them for the first time or whether it's session 68. All right. So that was hurdle steps with Zeke and how I break things down, what's going on in my mind when I'm taking an athlete through an exercise, again, whether it's the first time or the 700th time, because the 700th time may have some of the same issues as the first time as well. So that was the first breakdown of the 3. Next time we'll be looking at a dynamic exercise.